All right, guys, here we are, back again. So I got the gloves on. That means, yeah, it's time. It's time to pull the engine back out again. I don't even know how many times that is now. 20? I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna pull it out. We're gonna put that new clutch in I got sitting over there, and swap the pulleys out, and hopefully things work this time. But let's dig into it and find out. Okay, I'm working on taking it out, and I think at this point, I think we're about ready. I think I'm gonna try rotating this radiator when I'm done, because I've had it angled the whole time. The reason I had it angled is because it was hitting the bumper support, and I was having a lot of clearance issues. But I think at this point, I've cut so much, I don't think it'll be a problem. So I think what I'm gonna do is, well, one, I'm gonna cut this whole section out, because that'll get rid of this, it'll give me more airflow to the intercooler and the radiator. And then over here, I'm gonna cut this thing like all the way, cut that whole section out of there. So I got all this airflow here, and then it won't interfere with the fan anymore. So I should be able to, it should be okay there. And then I think I had this hose shoved on really, really far. So I think I'll bring this out a little bit. So I'm gonna bring the radiator this way a little bit. I checked it with the hood. It looks like it's gonna clear. So I think, yeah, I'll just move this bracket down here, flip it around the other way, just like I have on this side, weld it on, and then I should be, in theory, I should be okay. And then hopefully I get more cooling from the radiator when I'm done. That and the intercooler, because I'll have more cut out there, so hopefully. Okay, familiar sight, engine's out, trans is off, got the clutch off. It's got a, it's got a noticeable amount of wear considering it hasn't been in there that long. There isn't, I thought there'd be like a ridge right there, but there's not. It's, I mean, it's still in good shape, but it just doesn't hold power. So this guy, we're gonna put that dude in. So I'm gonna clean up the flywheel a little bit, and then we're gonna throw it on. All right, so this is what we got. Got the Clutchmasters FX400. This one is actually a 6-puck versus the 4-puck that I have, which you would think would be kind of backwards from what you want to do, but I mean, this one's rated pretty good. Everybody talks really good about it, so hopefully it'll work. I will say the pressure plates look pretty much identical, other than this one is brand name. It says Clutchmasters on it. So hopefully this thing holds the power. I guess we'll find out. I mean, I will say the packaging is really nice. Everything is put together much better than these ones are. So that makes you feel good for sure. It's got it doesn't have a Chinese bearing like this, made in Japan. That's a plus. So yeah, let's throw this thing on. New clutch, bolted in, all torqued down. Let's put that trans on. Get this thing in there. Okay, right before I put it in, it's all assembled obviously. Of course, because I'm a glutton for punishment, put the party pulleys back on. So, yeah, we're ready for the boost. Hopefully the clutch holds. Let's throw it in now. All right, we're getting closer. So since I was gonna try and rotate that radiator, what I need to do is I need to chop some of this out. Like I kind of talked about before, I was gonna do like this whole section, then I put the bumper in here and realized this is under the bumper, so it's not even gonna help. But this does need to come out because it's gonna contact the fan. And I'm thinking I might actually cut another hole in the bumper, like right here, to give it a little bit more airflow. Because I think it'd basically be, if I cut like a little section out of here, I think it'd be pretty good and give me some more airflow. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. All right, so you can kind of see what I have going on now. So I cut this hole. It looks a little wonky because the paint kind of chipped right here. I'm gonna have to go over it with some touch-up paint to make it nice. But you can see there's the radiator. I cut out that bumper support a little bit more there. I also had to trim quite a bit right here because I shifted the radiator this way. And it looks like it's further forward on this side, but it's straight. It's just because of the curve of the bumper. But it clears the hood. It's sitting in there pretty good. Now that it's straight, I think we're gonna get a lot better airflow. Not to mention, I have an extra hole in there, so hopefully this thing will stay nice and cool. Okay, I got everything pretty much attached. I'm just about ready to put the bumper on. I just wanted to show you guys, kind of how much I cut. Like I ended up cutting quite a bit out of this. It was like all the way over to here or so. So yeah, it should be a lot better. And obviously, radiator's straight now. I did have to tweak this side, like for the intercooler a little bit. I had to make some notches because I ended up having to, move a bunch of shit around. But I think it's gonna work out pretty good. And actually, it ended up giving me more room because before the intercooler pipe was hitting the fan really, really hard. Now there's like actually space down there. And I ended up having I cut a little bit off the block just so that that radiator hose wouldn't touch, but I think I would have been fine anyway, but I give it, so there's plenty of clearance there now, so that's nice. But let's get the bumper on it and get finished. Alright, so I was having problems getting it started, and I think I actually was having problems last time. It was like all together. It was, idle was kind of weird when it was cold, and I think I might have to adjust the throttle stop a little bit. I wonder if it just like, I don't know, mushroomed out just enough that it's like the idle's trying to be lower. So I'm probably gonna have to play with that adjustment screw and then play with the TPS a little bit to get it to work, but it runs. So hell yeah, guys. I just need to fill it with coolant and yeah, play around with that stuff, and then I can go drive it. But unfortunately it's been raining all day, so it's really wet out there, so I can't do any power pulls, but I can at least do some drivability, because I need to break in the clutch anyway, because I think I'm gonna actually try to break it in like somewhat this time rather than just fucking give her the beans right away, because that might be what took out the other clutch. I don't know, but let's get to it. Got a couple pulls in, ironed out the tune just a little bit. It just needed just a tiny tweak. I didn't do any pulls on nitrous, mostly because I don't have the right jets, because I put them in the Exoset. Technically I could take them out of there, but I'm just gonna order some. It's not really that important right now because I already know what jets works with this combo, so I just need to order some more so I have a second set. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, the car's doing great. You know, running the belt offset, even on this pulley setup, it seems to be working just fine. Yeah, I mean, the clutch seems to be holding pretty good. I mean, obviously, you know, like I said, I haven't tried it with nitrous, but I'm pretty confident. I think it's going to do pretty good. Yeah, I think we're all really ready to go. I put the R888s back on, which I didn't show you guys, but yeah, I put those back on there, so it's really ready to rock. Just need to throw some jets in there and then find some races and see what we can do. All right, guys, now we're gonna go check out Supercar Saturday. So let's get to it. Now that Supercar Saturday is done, we got, there's some racing going on tonight. It's supposed to be a really, really good meetup. So we're going to drive down in the Mini and see if we can make this thing work. I mean, she's ready to go. It's pretty much set on kill right now. So we're going to get some race gas, put some race gas in when I get there. And yeah, we're going to see how she does tonight. Oh man, guys, that was an epic night. There was so many good races. Like, oh man, it was awesome. The car did great. Like we went in like 3 waves. Like the first time we went out, the car, like I was just beating everybody and their mom. Like we kind of split off, and like some of us went one way, some of us went a different way. And I knew we were supposed to go the other way, but that Lambo was going the left, and I was like, I'm following him. I'm getting him. I'm going to get this race in. And that dude would not race me for nothing. He was so scared to lose to a Mini Cooper. Like, I kept pulling up next to him, like, trying to egg him on. He wouldn't do it. I literally, like, yelled out the window at him. I'm like, dude, come on. Let's freaking do this. Like, come on, let's do this. And he's like, no, it's stock. And then literally 30 seconds later, he raced that GTO and lost to him. And I beat that GTO by quite a bit. So he would have got dog walked. I mean, he knew it, but come on, man. Like, it would have been a great video. Oh, well. And then, yeah, like early on, I had a nitrous leak from one of the fittings by the bottle. I had another one, so I fixed it. And then then the second round out, I went out there, first pull, the coupler blew off, like the one that's like right here on the throttle body. And, yeah, luckily I had all my tools with me, so I was able to fix it, put that back on there. And then, well, for the most part, we were literally just driving around, like, with this coupler off, because, like, I had Kyle from 1320 in the car, like, he was doing a video. There's going to be another video on their YouTube channel, coming up sometime soon, but I was just trying to keep up with traffic so he could film and get some other, content for his channel, but, yeah, and then the third time out, I was able to fix this. Then we just got a couple people together and then made a couple more hits. And the car was pretty much completely out of bottle at that point, and we were rolling 3 deep. So it wasn't great. Like, I lost both of them, and it was kind of silly because like I beat the orange Mustang, like, earlier, and then later in the night I lost to him because extra weight, not enough power. But that'll happen. Yeah, it'd be nice to get a re-race with some of those guys with a full bottle. I really want to find that Lambo and figure race him, but dude, he ain't about it, I guess. He ain't about it. But honestly, overall, I'm happy with the Mini Cooper, though. I mean, the clutch held up fantastic. Like, it was grabbing and the gears were working. Everything was working. It was just, simple coupler coming off, stupid shit. But overall, I mean, the car did awesome. I'm freaking stoked. And yeah, it really needs some suspension mods because everybody, like, I mean, I know that it was doing that, but once you get up in high speeds, the car kind of like does this shit. Like, it kind of like feels like you're like shaking side to side. And other guys were telling me, they're like, man, it's so funny to watch that car because it like shakes side to side. I'm like, yep, you can feel it in the car. It's pretty funny, but it needs some suspension work. We're gonna do that here sometime soon, hopefully. But for the moment, I think that's gonna be it. So, like, subscribe, do the things. Peace out.